Liquidation alert. Lots of Bitcoin long positions have their stop losses stuck at around $109,000. Will the Bitcoin bears start pushing the price down? Let's analyze.
My crypto paradise.
Hello ladies and gentlemen of the Paradise Club, this is Simon from My Crypto Paradise. Welcome back, it's great to have you here. Today is Tuesday, let's analyze Bitcoin. We'll go through weekly, daily, 4-hour and we will finish with 1-hour time frame. Let's start with weekly, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on right here is absolutely obvious. We are creating the corrective mode wave pattern. Right now it seems like we have already finished the B wave. This was the A wave, this is the B wave, and it was finished by not one but two shooting star candlestick patterns. Ladies and gentlemen, together with that we have also got a double top formation. So this is a nice top-end signal. Previously in January the major crash happened after this shooting star candlestick pattern that was confirmed by this bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. If you are educating yourself on our website mycryptoparadise.com, you know that this is our textbook example of a top reversal. When you see this shooting star candlestick together with bearish engulfing candlestick pattern, this is usually a top-end signal, ladies and gentlemen, and you should be looking for short-term opportunities because it suggests that the bullish trend is over. We have not got one but two. Together with that we have got a double top formation at our magical $121,000, ladies and gentlemen. Well, and right now it seems like we are also breaking below this channel and I'm waiting for a confirmation which will be in a formation of reclaim. Alright, so right now we have got a breakout with a rise in volume. This is good. I'm also waiting for a reclaim and then I will be looking for positioning ourselves with ParadiseFamilyVIPs into some macro positions and we will be targeting $90,000 because if this B wave was already finished, you know what's coming next is C wave, right? And C wave will take us towards $44,000. It's going to be a motive mode wave and afterwards if we will establish support right here, we will be targeting $240,000 by the end of 2026, early 2027. I do believe that it might be reached. So right now we are waiting from the weekly perspective, from the ultra high time frame perspective on a retest of that channel. If this is going to be holding as a resistance previously, as you know, it was working as a support. If we will be able to turn it into a resistance, I will be definitely interested in some shorting positions with the Paradise team. We'll be looking for short-term opportunities with a beautiful probability and also a possibility of creating a nice risk-reward ratio trade. What does it mean, risk-reward ratio? Well, it means that you can place your stop loss very tightly to the entry price and your exit targets as far away as possible. So patience is important for waiting for these kind of setups, but it will basically confirm, it will guarantee you a long-term profitability. So in my opinion, it's a great trade-off. What supports right now the bearishness on the weekly time frame is not only the price action and the Elliott wave theory, but also this MACD histogram bearish divergence. As you can see on the price action, we have created a higher high, but the MACD histogram is creating lower high. It was confirmed because we have got this bearish cross. The blue line is crossing below the red line. This is a textbook example of what? Of a bearish divergence, as you know from our MCP3 university. When the price action is creating higher high, but the indicator is creating lower high, it suggests that the momentum of bulls is decreasing, and on the unsuccessful attempt of breaking above $121,000 major resistance, this basically suggests that the bears can start taking over aggressively. They already started, right, but we need to have more confirmations. But overall the weekly time frame doesn't look really bullish right now. However, shorting at the moving average trend line at the support right now is not profitable. There is going to be much better entry, in my opinion, in the near future. So what's happening right now on the daily time frame? Let's take a look what's happening on daily time frame. As you know, the ultra high time frame B wave, this one basically, it's not a straight line. right? We have been calculating the subwaves, we have been calculating the Elliott wave count, and basically we have understood that we are trading inside of what? A zigzag pattern formation, exactly, where the A wave is a motive mode wave, C wave as well, and B wave is a corrective mode wave. Why it's important to understand the C wave is also a motive mode wave? Well, because you can determine when it's going to be finished by calculating the 5 subwaves, right? Motive mode waves have what? 5 subwaves, exactly. And in this case, it seems like it was an impulse, as you know, from our MCP Free University. Ladies and gentlemen, let me find it for you right here. Impulse is a 5-move structure, and the first, third, and fifth wave need to be motive mode waves themselves. So basically, based on that, you can also determine if the wave was successfully finished, right? So this was the first wave, secondary wave, third wave, and look how the third wave before the crash ended. Look at this, shooting star candlestick pattern and bearish engulfing candlestick pattern afterwards. A textbook example from our My Crypto Paradise Free University, right? And after that, we have been able to predict that after the consolidation is over, the resolution will be with the higher probability to the downside rather than to the upside, right? So the fourth wave finished right here below the end of the third wave. We have got a nice support from our ascending trend line. Well, and afterwards the fifth wave started. There was a possibility that the fifth wave, because the third wave wasn't, the fifth wave could be an extension towards $135,000, and the fifth wave is also a motive mode wave, right? That would, however, mean that the secondary wave of that fifth would need to end above the start of the fifth wave. However, as you can see right here, the daily candle closed below the start of the fifth wave, and that basically suggests that these 5 moves to the upside that I've been sharing with you nicely on our 4-hour time frame, 1, 2, 3, 4, extended 5, finished right here. And because we have closed the daily candle below the previous low, it suggests that we are right now changing the trend to the downside, and we will not touch $135,000 before the major upcoming correction. So right now, however, is it profitable to shorten right here? Well, there are some bearish signs. The first bearish sign is this moving average trend line, which wasn't reclaimed just yet. Also, the previous support now flipped into resistance, wasn't reclaimed as well, so some kind of resistance zone right here. And all of this makes the long positions less favorable right now. As you already know, lots of people are hoping for that breakout, which is possible, right? It's possible, but lots of positions have stop losses right there, as I have showed you in the intro, at around $109,000. And as you know, it usually works like a magnet. The market makers just love liquidations because they are making money through exchanges on that, so they might start hitting it, right? So right now, until I can see some reclaim and establishment of support right here, I'm not looking for long positions. However, the important understanding from the Elliott wave count is that we are right now doing the first wave. What first wave I'm talking about is basically the first wave of this higher degree first wave. So the first wave is also a motive mode wave from an impulse, right? That means it subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves. I do believe that right now we are finishing the first wave. After that, we will have the secondary wave, which will nicely confluence with the retest of this ascending channel before the third wave. Then we will have the fourth wave and then fifth wave that with the highest probability will take us towards $90,000, given that this resistance will be working as resistance, right? That's why confirmations are so important in your professional trading strategies and tactics. So right now, let's take a look what's happening right here. The daily time frame is not completely bearish, right? So from higher time frame chart, I'm not looking for some aggressive short positions because we have this beautiful demand zone, 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level right below us, right? So some kind of high profit targets from the daily time frame perspective are not really there. So we are on the daily time frame waiting for long positions, right? Because we understand that once the first wave, this one, is going to be finished, we will have the secondary wave that will take us towards retesting of the ultra high time frame channel and also retesting the VPVR and those resistances right here before the third wave will start taking over, right? So on the daily time frame, we can see some bullish signs. For example, this bullish divergence on the MACD histogram, as you can see, bullish cross. So basically, this is a textbook bullish divergence, which you can also observe on our mycryptoparadise.com website, and you can learn from it when the price action is making lower low, but the oscillator is making higher low. That basically suggests that the bears are getting weaker, right? Take a look at the strength of the bears right here and compare it to this one. Together with that, we have confirmations from this bullish cross. So on the daily time frame, I'm not looking for short positions, but I'm not really sold that the first wave is finished just yet as well. After it's going to be finished, I will be definitely looking with the Paradise team for long positions, and we will be targeting 118, $120,000. As you know, from 4-hour time frame, most important resistance levels. If this previous high is going to be breaking to the upside, it will be invalidation of the ultra-high time frame perspective, and we are going towards $135,000. But until then, we are creating a textbook start of the impulse to the downside. After the secondary wave is going to be formed either here or here, we will start the third wave with the highest probability. So right now on the 4-hour time frame, you can beautifully see how we are nicely holding above our demand zone. We are playing out our bullish divergence that I have been sharing with you in the previous video. So we are going to the upside. But if we shift our focus on 1-hour time frame, we can see 1-hour time frame is not really bullish, it's bearish. And that is why from low time frame chart, from 1-hour time frame perspective, we are looking actively for short trading opportunities in ParadiseFamilyVIP. As you can see, I will show you the subwaves of the first wave. I'm talking about this higher degree first wave. As you know, it needs to subdivide itself into 5 smaller waves. Did we finish that just yet? I'm sure that I don't believe so just yet. All right, so take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then because the third one was an extension, the fifth one should be an extension. And in my opinion, it's gonna end as ending diagonal. We are forming the ending diagonal. I've been predicting with you the subwaves, where it's gonna finish, etc. So we are so far forming the ending diagonal perfectly. The ending diagonal is usually visible at the fifth wave of an impulse, and it subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves as well, because it's a motive mode wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After the fifth one, you know from our website how to trade this for a long position, right? So take a look at this. After the higher degree fourth wave, we have started the first corrective mode wave of that ending diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, which I do believe already finished, and right now we are starting the fifth wave. All right, important guidelines and rules. So for example, this was an expanded flat pattern that I have told you will finish right here in the previous video. It did perfectly, right? So this is basically A, B, corrective mode waves, and the C wave, a motive mode wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Right now we are starting the fifth wave, which needs to be a zigzag, ladies and gentlemen, the same way the third one and the first one was, all right? The fifth one needs to be a zigzag as well. So we can understand few rules are important right here, and based on that we can position ourselves into nice trading setups, right? So first of all, after we have created the fourth wave of our ending diagonal, we know it cannot be reclaimed. The same way we knew this high of the secondary wave cannot be reclaimed by the fourth wave for the ending diagonal to be intact, right? So right now we can see that we have finished the expanded flat pattern right here, and right now it seems like we are starting the zigzag to the downside. So here we have got a first wave, all right, and now it seems like we have probably finished already the secondary wave, which is expanded flare pattern A, B, and right now we are finishing the C wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It seems to be finished. However, the invalidation is absolutely clear. Above this resistance area right here, it cannot reclaim the previous high of the fourth wave, all right? If that's gonna be reclaimed, we will be looking for long positions. However, after we will shift this into support. But before that, this is a perfect opportunity for you to look for short positions with a nice stop loss after confirmations. After you get plenty of confirmations for a short position, you can get aggressive. So what we are waiting for to be aggressive into some short positions inside of ParadiseFamilyVIP, we are monitoring the market with the Paradise team 24/7. We are waiting for 5 moves to the downside that will suggest that we are creating of the third wave, because this was first, second, and then a third wave will come, right? And it can be either a wave of a zigzag or already a C wave, that depends. But important are supports, and I will be talking about those. So right now we are waiting for confirmations and we will be positioning ourselves into some nice high probability trade setup. Invalidation is absolutely clear. We cannot reclaim this previous high, right? And together with that, why this is bearish, there are multiple more reasons. For example, we are creating a triple top formation. I will be talking about that as well, but first of all, I want to share with you also the fear and greed index that you can monitor with me on our website mycryptoparadise.com in insights. All right, it's for free, and you know the magical numbers 80 and 20, right? And as you can see, we are getting rejected from that 80 point. All right, we have been in a greed mode. You know that the 80 usually works as a topping signal, 20 as a bottom signal. So it seems like we are getting rejected out of that 80, and I will be waiting for 20. And on the 4-hour time frame, also we are kinda in a greed mode, and we are holding at the point 80 at around that zone for a very long time. All right, so lots of greed in the market, and if you put it into a context that we are trying to break above a resistance and we have created a triple top formation, this is actually adding, like dramatically adding points to bears, ladies and gentlemen. Together with that, from the technical perspective, triple top formation. So what am I talking about and how to trade these triple top formations, ladies and gentlemen? Again, you can take a look at our website mycryptoparadise.com. So basically, you have these 3 touches of a resistance, none of them being able to break to the upside, right? So then basically you take the neckline from the bottom, and you can also understand where is going to be the next target. So let's do exactly that. So the bottom of these triple tops formations was around like right here. The point of control is right here. It's basically taking this bottom, this one, and this one as well, right? So basically we can right now measure the target of a possible breakout above this neckline. If that breakout is gonna happen, this is going to be a target. Take a look at this. We will take the measurement of the high from the support and from the resistance, and we will basically place it to the neckline point, ladies and gentlemen, and that gives us the approximate target, which is nicely confluencing with our support right here and also with the descending trend line. So what I'm talking about is the descending trend line of our ending diagonal and the support made out of Fibonacci retracement level, confluence with many Fibonacci retracement levels that I have been analyzing from this wave, and this wave as well. We have here 1.65 Fibonacci retracement level, 1.272, and everything is being confluenced right at the level of around $106,000. Obviously, we can get a wick out towards this descending trend line towards around $103,000, but this zone right here will be working extremely well as a demand zone. So if this is going to be finished, if we also will see that the zigzag is being finished at this area right here, after that we'll be looking for a powerful long positions with a beautiful risk to reward opportunity, and we will be targeting the $120,000, ladies and gentlemen. So right now all eyes on this resistance, on the formation of a zigzag to the downside. All right, if we will get the confirmations, it will be absolutely beautiful, aggressive short trade opportunity. Once we establish support right here, we'll be definitely looking upon confirmations like a double bottom formation or the Elliott wave theory or confluence of all of those. Like on the secondary wave, we might position yourselves, etc. It depends on the tactic you are trading with, right? Like we have our trading strategy and tactics of entering into a trade. You have your own, so you know what I'm talking about. You need to wait for confirmations, but this is basically the view right now of the market. Obviously, it can change. The market is moving 24/7. So once we get some change in trend, in direction, and in the structure, we will be changing our trading idea. But right now, on the 1-hour time frame, we are focusing on short positions. On 4-hour time frame, we are waiting for long positions, opportunities on the daily time frame as well. And on the weekly time frame, we are waiting for a short opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button if you are getting some value from this, if you are learning, and if you are being a better trader thanks to these videos. And as you know, I'm recording for you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So I will see you again on Thursday. Cheers.